Hey my friends, how are you? My name is Christine and welcome to my basement. Today's video is going to be a bathroom transformation. If you have seen any of my previous home update, home remodel, painting videos, you know that we are in the process of updating our basement with mostly paint, a little bit of bedroom switcheroo, a little bit of furniture changing. So I am down here in my basement. As you can see behind me, this half of the basement has been painted.
I'm so happy.
I showed that in a previous weekend get stuff done video. You're working on the rest of the basement right now. It is a long process, but we have been spending the last few weeks on this bathroom right here. So I just wanted to tell you about it a little bit, what we've done, and we're finishing it off today. 3 of my sons are down in the basement for the bedrooms. I've got Ryan over here in this bedroom, and my 2 older boys are in this bigger bedroom here, and they share this bathroom. It's a fairly good sized bathroom, but it does have no windows. There is no natural light, and the color that it was painted previously was all shades of beige, brown, tan, and cream. Everything was that color, from the trim to the ceiling to that wall outlets to the shower curtain to the tile on the floor. It kind of looks like a cave. If you like transformation videos and you are excited to see how the completed bathroom, sorry about the light, turned out, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hang around and watch future videos. Now let's look at like old bathroom before we start right now. Here is the before after we started taping off the trim to start the trim never-ending process of painting and also the ceiling. So this is old ceiling color, trim color. I had already tested a paint color right there on that wall. So that's why there's like multiple colors on that wall. There was a green, a blue, a white. I can't even remember what I was doing. And I did already replace the shower curtain for the one that you see there, and we ended up keeping that one. Also, we replace the toilet as well. I don't know if you've missed that previous video, so I did want to mention new toilet after 15 years of a clogged toilet in this house. Here we go. I am starting with a Kills primer on the ceiling. Painting ceilings is such a pain. Like, it just kills my shoulder and forearm. I should get one of those extendy rod things, but as per usual, this is me trying to make do with what I already have and not buy extra products or anything. The ceiling and trim colors that we are using are pure white from Sherwin. And if you'll notice, I am wearing headphones right here. And that's because when I sit here and I do things like painting, it's kind of mindless, but it can get really boring. I like to listen to books, actually. I'm a huge book lover. If you've been around for any length of time, you know that. And so today I'm actually listening to Outlander on Audible, and huge thanks to Audible for sponsoring today's video. Before we get too far into the details about Audible, how it works, and what you need to listen to as far as audio books, I did want to let you know that you can start exploring Audible with a free 30-day trial right now. All you have to do is go to audible.com/frugalfitmom or text frugalfitmom to 500-500. Another great tip as we go into the holiday season is that you can share the gift of Audible with other people. If you're trying to think of a gift for a family member or friend, consider something like Audible, which has plenty of content. It's really easy to find the right listen, whether it's comedy, romance, suspense, true crime, science fiction, fitness, wellness. With an Audible membership, you can download titles and listen offline anytime, anywhere, which is fabulous for road trips with kids. Let me tell you, the Audible app is free and can be installed on all smartphones and tablets, and you can listen across devices without losing your spot. Members get 1 credit every month, good for any title in the entire premium selection of bestsellers and new releases, regardless of price, and then you get to keep it forever. You also have full access to the Plus catalog and can listen all you want to thousands of included titles, like the exclusive Words and Music series or a podcast you've never considered before. Look, one of my favorites that's included in the Plus catalog, Anna Green Gables. I could listen to that all day long. If you want to try out a free 30-day trial to Audible, all you have to do is go to audible.com/frugalfitmom, or you can text frugalfitmom to 500-500. In case you are wondering, yes, my clothes are inside out because I tend to always get paint on myself when I'm painting. It's on my hands. I wipe my hands on my pants or my shirt, and then I've got paint all over my clothes. So if you just take your normal clothes and flip them inside out, ta-da, they are now painting clothes. And even though this first coat of primer looks super, super patchy and kind of ugly, honestly, the difference almost immediately from the old tan trim to the white trim sparks so much joy, I can't tell you. Next up, it was time to start priming the ceiling in the shower area. I hate this area. I feel like there should be a fan in here or something. I don't know. As I've painted and dug into the nooks and crannies of the basement, like the finishing work on the basement, I have been shocked at the construction of the finish work. I'm just really not impressed. The ceiling ended up taking 1 coat of primer and 1 full coat of paint, and the trim was 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of paint to get it to look smooth and not splotchy. Even though I used this Kills primer that's specifically for bathrooms and kitchens, I was not impressed. It was very, very thin. I don't feel like it was super high quality, and I don't know why, because this primer has been recommended by a lot of people, and when I showed it in my last video, I had a lot of people say that they were glad that I had went and splurged and got a pretty good primer, but I was just not loving it. And maybe that's because I've had such a hard time painting all of this trim. I mean, at this point, I've almost painted the trim in the entire house. That's a lot of trim. Okay, enough talk about paint. While you watch me paint, let's talk about books. So a couple of things I noticed that were available on Audible as I'm going through, trying to figure out what to recommend to you guys. So of course, I'm listening to Outlander right now. I'm really enjoying it. I am loving the narrator is spectacular. She is so good at all the voices that it's very, very clear that they're different people the way she goes through it. A couple of other recommendations I have for you. The Throne of Glass series by Sarah Maas. Those books are so much fun. Could not put them down earlier this year during the lockdown. I ended up buying all of them. So I have them all in my house. I think it's called Witch by Christopher Pike is the first of 2 or 3 books, and it's very, very good. So as you can see here, I am done with the primer on the trim, and I am hating that the wainscoting is like not quite the same white. And obviously in the other room, I did not do all the trim in the other room just because I was exhausted. Hey Haley, I just had an interesting comment on a video. Okay. The comment was, why don't you have your kids help?
Seriously?
Like household chores and clean.
Household chores and just in general?
Yeah.
Why don't we help?
Andrew, what do you think about that? Why don't I have my kids help?
You have us help. You just like don't put it in a video. Like
exactly.
There's no point in putting it in. Like, here are my kids doing laundry. Channel isn't about us. This is about you.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it, I guess.
I don't think that's what Mom meant either.
That's not quite what I meant. I just wanted to give an update on the bathroom progress we are doing. Do you think this is going to be the last coat on the trim?
I am hoping.
Okay, fingers crossed, last coat on the trim, and then I can finish painting the walls. After what felt like an entire week of painting coat after coat after coat on the trim, we were able to finally move on to the walls. This color is called Sea Salt by Sherwin that I had mixed up at Lowe's because it is way, way cheaper. And Dave got in there with the roller and I was in there with my edging brush. I have a steadier hand than he does when it comes to edging in the ceiling, so he prefers to have me do that, and then he's got the muscles to take care of pushing that roller on the wall. We wanted to just knock it out in one day. And I did like the Lowe's paint quite a bit because I felt like it covered in one coat really, really nicely. And I swear all the paint we've gotten from Sherwin has been a 2-coat job. So right now I'm like not excited about the quality of Sherwin paint. And even though I had tested the sea salt color in this room, it was the Sherwin one, and so it was a little splotchy. And so Dave went over the old like sample paint one more time with the Lowe's paint, and then it covered really, really nicely. Even though when you pour this color out of the can, it looks white as you pour it into the little paint tray. As you can see going on the wall, it is a very, very light, I'm gonna call it a sea foam green color. It was so satisfying to be able to finish up The wall color, we knew this was one of the last steps when it came to painting this bathroom, and then we could put the paintbrushes away for a little while and work on the next step of the bathroom, which is you will see a little bit later in this video. I'm really excited to show you. I think it's a nice finishing touch. Here we are now with the completely painted walls, ceiling, trim down here. Sorry, there's a few things on the floor here. We did switch out the outlets to these white ones, and in the toilet and shower area, same thing. Here is the sea salt on the walls. This wall's very blank. This is kind of blank because we took this door off. This door is really, really small and then swung in and made this room feel really, really tiny. Plan is to make shelves for this wall and this wall out of these boards. I bought these pine 8-foot boards, chopped them in half. We are going to stain them and hang them on the wall with these brackets. I picked these up off Amazon. They're very inexpensive. They come with all the screws, and you can use wall anchors if you're not going into a stud. So 2 shelves here, 2 shelves there, maybe some sort of shelving unit down here. I'm still deciding on that, but let's go upstairs, get the sander out, and show you the stain that I picked up. I am outside, and we are going to sand my 4 boards because the edges are really rough from cutting them. We will stain, and the product I picked out today is this Rustoleum stain plus polyurethane in the carbon gray color. I do want it to go on fairly light. I don't want a dark gray. I want like a lighter brownish gray. Just don't want it to be too much, and this does say it goes on in 1 coat, so I'm very excited to try that out. Fingers crossed it is 1 coat because I am not in the mood to do like stain, wait, poly, wait, sand, poly, wait. Because I want to finish this today. So let's get going. It is freezing outside, so I'm glad that I'm done with the sanding so I can come in the garage for the stain. So here are my supplies. I have gloves. If this gets on your hands, it's not coming off for like a week. I like to use foam paintbrushes because it's oil-based. Just throw them in the trash. No, cleaning oil-based stuff is so annoying. And a couple of rags that you're not scared to throw away in case you wanna like wipe off the excess. 1 coat application, we shall see. So we're gonna do the top and sides, and then I'm gonna let it dry for how long? How long does it need to dry? 1 hour dry time between coats. Maybe we can hang the shelves by tonight. Hang onto your hats. Let's get staining. I have 2 things to say right here. First of all, this product is very difficult to work with. It dries in about 20 seconds, so you have to work very, very quickly. And I will say that the lighting is not accurate right here. The boards were much darker in with my eyeballs than it's picking up on camera, but you'll notice that when I take the boards downstairs into the bathroom, you'll see the true color. Also, I'm an idiot and only bought enough brackets to hang 2 shelves. I only bought 4 brackets instead of 8 brackets. So when it came time to hang the shelves down in the bathroom, we could only do 2 instead of all 4 boards. So I need to order another set of those brackets. Hey, this coat is done. So I will go inside, take a break, maybe get a nice beverage, and in about an hour I'll come back out, flip it and do the other side. I'm kind of liking how light it is. I didn't want it to be dark. I wanted it to be a light color. I just didn't want it to be the yellowiness of the pine. I want it to be like a gray brown kind of. And I almost feel like as light as I went, it almost just looks like weathered wood, which looks kind of cool. So once it's dry, I'll just go put it in the bathroom and kind of see what it looks like, and then we'll decide. Boards are done, and I just want to point out, sorry it's echoey, but I'm like standing in the shower so I can get the shot. The boards look so much darker in here in this bathroom than they do in the garage. It's amazing. So I have these two boards and we already marked our studs, but they're not even from this wall and then from this wall. So that one's 11.5 inches.
Yeah.
And this one's further, 15.25.
Which is about right. So it's supposed to be like 16 inches on the center. So
Right.
the next stud's gonna
So we're gonna have to do one anchor and one stud.
stud here, and then
Anchor on that side.
Equal distance from the wall.
Correct. That is what I'm thinking.
Gotcha.
So the only thing I have to do now is figure out where, height-wise, I want them.
I think you should go here and here.
Can we go both of them up 2 inches? I like that better. Okay, the shelves are up and now it's time to figure out what the heck is going on them. I really like the way the stain turned out. It looked so pale in the garage, but in here it just feels like it goes really well. I think any darker would have been probably too dark for the room. I especially love this awful caulk they used here and there that like yellowed over time. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to fix that doesn't involve taking it all off and redoing it, I'd love to hear that. I think they look great. I'm pretty happy with them. Okay, time to put stuff on them. This is what I ended up with. And in this process, this is what I'm learning. I don't have items for decoration. I guess that's really it. I'm trying to go through my house and find things I can put up here, and I don't really have much. The main idea was to have toilet paper and towels, which I have. These are old towels. They're not even really white anymore. So maybe one day I'll get new towels, but it doesn't make sense to give my boys brand new nice towels. And if you have 3 sons, you know exactly what I'm saying. But I do have this shark that's Tyler's. Ryan wanted to add his own touch, so this is his addition. I have some men's Dove body soaps. I just put some extras here. And I do have this candle and a loofah here. So this is what, that's what I have. Here come the before and afters. If you enjoyed today's video, I highly encourage you to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below what was your favorite part of the makeover. And of course, if you want to try out Audible for a month, 30 whole days for free to give it a shot, just go to audible.com/frugalfitmom or text Frugal Fit Mom to 500. And thanks again to them for helping me out by keeping me entertained during all of this painting. I'll see you guys in the next video.